If someone happens to have relatives in Ulaankhus who invite you to a wedding, you have a long way to go, and the road conditions in Mongolia are not exactly the best. From Ulaanbaatar, the capital of the country, it is already 1,700 kilometers to Ölgii, the capital of the province of Bayan-Olgii, which is mainly inhabited by the Kazakh minority. This ethnic group, which makes up a small percent of the Mongolian population, has its own language of Turkmen origin and professes Islam. But similar to the predominantly Buddhist Mongolians, many still live as nomadic cattle breeders in the Altai Mountains in these tents. Once you arrive in Ulaankhus, it is no problem to find a parking space. As already mentioned, the Kazakhs are Sunni Muslims, and they have not yet been radicalized by the Salafi preachers from Saudi Arabia. The 70 years of Soviet-style communist rule in Mongolia has at least given the women here a touch of equality, and the imam of the Ulaankhus mosque even leaves the microphone to a woman, who is only allowed to recite the verses of a Kazakh poet. Guests are offered various snacks, sweets and horse meat, something which is appreciated throughout Mongolia. About 80 guests are expected for this wedding. Someone has already brought a framed photo of the bride and groom as a wedding present, and everyone is waiting for the bride, who finally appears. Not yet in her wedding dress, but in an elegant blue costume. Before she sits down next to her future husband, she is greeted by everyone. All invited guests have now gathered in the parish hall. While everybody is waiting for the bridal couple, and of course for the mutton, they are content with what is on the table. The vodka bottles are discreetly hidden behind the Coca-Cola. Alcohol would actually be haram for Muslims, forbidden, especially during Ramadan, but they first feel and foremost like Kazakhs, and not willing to give up old customs that would irrevocably lose their cultural identity. The bridal couple has now arrived, and all those who were not present in the yurt that morning welcome them. They placed me at the bridal couple's table, probably because old people, unlike with us, still enjoy respect here and are therefore served the best delicacies, and the glasses of vodka are not counted. The older women still wear traditional headscarf, but they still have a say in family matters. In the courtyard of the parish hall, the preparation of the mutton is progressing without any problems. To be on the safe side, a goat was slaughtered, because there are some notorious omnivores among the guests. The meat is now distributed on a dozen plates, and already here it is decided who gets what. One more dance to burn the fat. On such occasions, the nature of the population manifests itself in all aspects, and it is reassuring to see that the joy of life of these people is not suppressed by religious commandments. In the parking lot in front of the town hall, a wedding crescent is waiting, a horse whose tail is decorated with feathers of an owl, which is said to bring good luck. Now the bride has changed her dress, and she takes another leap into Ulaankhus' most prestigious beauty salon. Probably, in order to appear more progressive, this bridal couple has chosen Western fashion, which now seems to be preferred in almost all countries of the world. But if one avoids the traditional costumes just to avoid being considered backwards men, it is, in my opinion, a cultural loss. The bridal couple now proceed to the last act of the festivities, the official marriage ceremony in the mosque, celebrated by the imam of Ulaankhus. The imam, fully aware of his authority in the congregation, does not make any grand speeches or preach about the rights and duties in marriage of Muslims, which are already laid down in the Quran in every detail. However, in the case of divorce, and the main cause of divorce is a previous marriage, the man has an advantage. He only has to say talaq 3 times, and he is a free man again, without any further financial obligations. A custom that has also been established worldwide is the ritual with the wedding rings. With thunderous applause, the official part of the ceremony is over. After the obligatory sweets are thrown, everybody poses for a souvenir photo. These photos then fade away on some wall in the next decades. And if God is willing, the wedding photo of the children and then those of the grandchildren are added. But I fear in this age of the mobile phone, this custom of framed photos under glass will soon be forgotten. Now the couple drives to the groom's house, which is about 20 kilometers from Ulaankhus. On the way, they stop to greet friends and relatives, take some photos, and toast with a glass of vodka. Arriving at the groom's house, before entering, there is dancing and cheering. Then again, sweets are thrown. On the marital bed, there is already the donated wedding photo, and next to the bed, a new Hoover. There is prayer again, and even the very youngest have to join in to thank Allah for the umpteenth mutton that has been slaughtered in his honor. We are, it seems, all the result of our upbringing, our values, and the culture in which we grew up, and therefore the customs we have been handed down.